East Surrey Residents Association are part of the National Residents Association. The NRA was formed by Cassie when she had the idea that local residents associations working together nationally would be a simple way of engaging with the public and local councils on both local and national issues. These are different depending on the area, but they can all be used to reach the wider community. ULEZ affects Greater London, with similar schemes in other parts of the country. 20-mile-an-hour speed limits, LTNs, low traffic neighbourhoods, and eventually 15-minute cities, livable neighbourhoods, to name a few. The pointless push for net zero is resulting in covering our prime farmland and countryside in industrial-scale solar parks and giant wind turbines, threatening our food security. These are often associated with BESS, battery energy storage systems, very large containers with lithium batteries inside, wired in sequence, and a major fire risk. This could be happening in this area with planning applications for solar in Biggin Hill and a BESS just off King Henry's Drive, New Addington. Can you imagine all the fields between these two areas covered in this type of equipment? The infrastructure Ezra is concentrating on the most, though, is the rollout of 5G and uprated 4G telecommunications. 5G is the technology needed for many of the things we're concerned about. Central bank digital currency, digital ID, facial recognition, geofencing for 15-minute cities, mass surveillance and data gathering. It is the technology for the Internet of Things, autonomous vehicles, AI doctors and teachers. As stated by Ericsson, the aim is to virtualise all parts of life. This is where Ezra has a foot in two camps. The Residents Association to engage with the public and councils, and Ian Jarvis and his team to learn more about objecting to planning applications. Both groups work nationally as well as locally and are having success in different areas of the country. Councils in areas where people object to telecoms planning applications, even in small numbers, are having a much higher rate of success, all the time raising awareness about the dangers to health and the environment from this technology. Using the recent court ruling that a low traffic neighbourhood was not lawful due to poor consultation, that it didn't follow the gunning principles, could help to challenge other decisions. Getting councils and councillors to consider the implication of Stephen Thomas's win in the Court of Appeal will also be essential. 5G is very different from previous technologies. These radiated out from the source. 5G forms a collimated beam that goes direct to the equipment or uses multiple small cells or your 5G phone to reach its destination. This will require many more masts with small cells on lampposts and most street furniture. There are already digital bus stops and advertising signs, many with 4 or 5G small cells and CCTV cameras in them. These will collect data from your phone as you walk past. Also, data from all your smart technology will be gathered by the network. This is sent to large data centres that use vast amounts of electricity and water, more intended to be built across the country. There are 30 in Slough at the moment. The ones in Southern Ireland have just overtaken the whole residential energy consumption of the country. A 5G monopole uses between 72 and 75 three-bedroom houses worth of electricity a year, and a digital advertising sign uses 3 houses worth. How will all this be powered? Who is paying for this? Well, us, of course. Wind and solar are not reliable, as the recent blackouts in Spain and Portugal showed. We narrowly missed a blackout in January. This was only averted when our government gave a blank cheque to Norway for emergency gas. I find this very worrying. 5G operates using a different frequency range with unknown consequences. The wireless radiation we're all subjected to comes in many forms from many sources, not just our phones and wireless broadband. Things like Bluetooth, AirPods, wireless networks in school and all telecommunication base stations. A new source is LoRaWAN, Long Range Wide Area Network. These are multiple smaller poles used to cover a specific area, blanketing them in an inescapable wireless network. It is unlikely anybody can get insurance against harm to health from this. The 2 biggest underwriters, Lloyd's of London and Swiss Re, stopped underwriting this as far back as 2010, citing it as an emerging risk. What does that tell you? Could the rise in bowel cancer in younger people be the result of keeping a phone in their pocket over several years? It's not only people that are affected by wireless radiation. It has been proven to be harmful to everything in the environment, including trees, birds, pollinating insects, and especially bees. This in itself should be reason to stop this. Objecting to planning applications and engaging with your council are both simple things we can all do to try and, if not stop, then slow down the juggernaut heading our way. Engaging with the public to raise awareness is also crucial, as those of us at Yellow Board know. From knocking on doors to making people aware of planning applications that will affect them, to doing your own objections, it all helps. We know what kind of future we don't want, and getting the public behind us will be essential if we want to stop this. The more people that do this, the better. This is the time to use our voice and raise our objections. And I will be on the Ezra stall if anybody wants to know more or get involved. So, thank you.